Hello everybody and welcome back to another video. So in today's video we're going to be taking a look at the upcoming pattern, and as you can see we have a lot of winter weather alerts out, and we're going to be taking a look at that as we go through today. So today we have a marginal risk of severe weather out here on the west coast, and we do have some storms coming onto the coast here. As you can see in the north we have some snow showers and everything going on up there, as well as areas in the far northeast there. So that's about all for here. Let's take a look at the Storm Prediction Center, and as you can see today, we got a 2% tornado risk out in the western United States, so the western U.S. And let me move this around real quick. So we have a 2% risk out here in the western states. Let's see. And then for tornadoes, and then for wind we have a 5% risk, and then for hail we have no risk. And then tomorrow, we have just a general thunderstorms risk out here in the Ohio Valley and the upper Midwest and Great Lakes here, and along the west coast here. And then for the day 3 outlook, this is where it gets interesting. We have the potential for a good severe weather setup here. Slight risk. This is for Thursday across the Ohio Valley and the parts of the Mississippi River here. And then here we have the potential for severe storms. So considerable, let's see. So the discussion specifically lists the potential for supercells here, supercellular structure. But the main question they're talking about is, in this area, will there be enough moisture? And the equilibrium level is also a concern, and so we'll dive into that here after we take a look at the model run. So this is the GFS. This is currently, we have a big ridge out in the east, so all the way up into the central states here. As you can see, we kind of have this all this southerly flow across the states that will be bringing warmer conditions. In fact, in the southeast right now, at least where I am, it is 67 degrees. And so we have this low pressure system setting up, and this is the main thing we're going to watch here as this traverses the northern United States along the jet stream here. And so as we see the model run, it kind of takes all this moisture and it outputs it here. Heavy snowfall across the U.S.-Canada border here. We have extremely heavy snowfall, and then we also get extremely heavy snowfall out in the Sierra Nevadas here, of the mountains out west in California. And this system kind of dies down here by the time we're reaching Thursday. But it won't be completely died. It won't be completely dead, as we're going to see a little bit of a resurgence here. And then we have this low pressure system crossing the Rocky Mountains, bringing some snow showers on the back side of it, and then even a little bit of rain showers on the south side of it there. But as this other system starts to move through on Thursday, we kind of get this setup here, where we do have a lot of thunderstorm activity here. Now, the main concern for these areas is going to be forcing, if the storm can have enough forcing. And so what we're going to see here is this low pressure system, and there's quite a bit of short waves here in this area here. So we're going to take a look at that as well. But we have quite a bit of short waves there. And let's see, I think that's about as far as I'm going to take this model run, because there's not really much else happening after that. We have this system moving through, but nothing really at this point this far out is a guarantee. we're mostly just watching this system as of now. This is around Thursday, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a look at the upper air. So they were mostly concerned about the 500 millibar level equilibrium level here, but we're going to be taking a look at the wind contours here. As you can see, currently we have a ridge setting in place over the eastern U.S. We have all this warm air flooding into the east. And as this system moves through, going towards Thursday, we're going to have an area of divergence here across the a slight area of divergence here across this region. And what this does is this will should create a low level response of a low pressure system. That would help. And then we do see short waves in here, sort of. Let's see, this is a little short wave here. We have some short waves along this area here. And if we take a look at the 925 millibar level on Thursday, this should be out towards Thursday. Yeah, this is about Thursday. So this is Thursday at 0Z. We do have a little bit of a low level low here, a lower level low pressure system. And we have quite a bit of low level jet setting in place. Southerly flow here. So we do have proper wind shear because at this level the winds are blowing off to the from the south and the southeast, more of like a southwesterly flow here. However, on the upper levels we had a more of a just westerly flow to west northwesterly flow there. So that's pretty interesting to see, and we see this low level jet really ramp up in the portions of Missouri, Illinois, Tennessee, and southern Kentucky here. So that low level jet is really going to help. But by the time about the storm system happening, we do see the low level response of the low pressure system, and we have the short waves here in the lower levels. So as I was saying, anyways, we had this low level jet, all these short waves. Those are really gonna help. We have this low pressure system that's also gonna help. And as we continue to take a look at this here, we see a nice little area of low level jet here. If we take a look at the upper levels of the atmosphere around this time, the upper levels are really going to be an important player in this. So I want to go back to around 0Z on Thursday. We just have more of a slight ridge out east, but more of a westerly flow here. More of just like a, zonal flow. And then as we keep on going here, we still really see just a really zonal flow here, a westerly flow. And we continue seeing that all the way until Friday when it finally breaks into a ridge out east and trough out west. But overall, we have really, really strong winds in the hundreds of miles per hour. And they are going against the flow in the low level. So as you can see, if we take this back a few hours here, let's say around 18Z to 21Z here. Let's see. Well, 0Z Friday here. As you can see, we have a strong westerly flow here in the upper levels of the atmosphere. And let's look at what it's showing in the lower levels here at the same time, 0Z Friday. Let's see, Friday at 0Z. At this same area, it is showing southerly flow here. So look at this. This is wind shear. At 700 or that 200 millibars westerly flow at 950 millibars or 925 millibars, it is southerly flow. So as you can tell, quite a bit of wind shear going on there. If we look at the severe weather, so most unstable Cape. So this is going towards, let's see, this is Thursday, and you can see a lot of Cape around the region. The prime area here is western Kentucky and western Tennessee here. This could help storms to fire and move off to the east into this region here. So I would say this region here would be the area to keep an eye on. Even though it's not really in the main area, I would say that this region would be a region to keep your eye on here as storms develop and move off to the east. Supercell composite, I know it's probably not going to be much, but this is going towards, oh wow, it is actually quite a bit. So this is Thursday at 21Z. We have quite a bit of supercell composite, up to 6 to 7 supercell composite, and out towards here we have a 1 to 2. So this is quite the area to watch here. As I was saying, so I'm not really familiar with the GFS on this kind of thing, but as the short range models move closer, we'll continue to look at that. So Weather Prediction Center today, we have a lot of winter weather out west, as well as the north. As you can see, we have tons and tons of wintry precipitation here, and we also have critical fire weather risk here in the Central Plains. And then we have a thunderstorm risk today across the upper Midwest, Ohio Valley area. Day 2, so tomorrow, a thunderstorm risk for a lot of the east. And then we have still, again, that big areas of winter weather here. And then we have the area of critical fire weather shifting down to the south. And then day 3, Thursday, we have the chance for severe weather across a lot of these areas, and then just general thunderstorms. And then we have a lot of wintry weather once again here for the western states, primarily the highest elevations here. We have the 6 to 10 day temperature outlook. We have the above average areas, pretty much all of the east and central states, and then the western states maybe slightly below average. 6 to 10 day precipitation outlook. A lot of every single area north of this line will be at average or above average, and then below it will be below average or near normal here in southern Florida. So, and then we have the 8 to 10 day outlook. Let's go to that. Let's see. 8 to 14 days. So this is February 24th through March the 2nd. A lot of warmer air just sitting out east. I've been saying this for a long time that we probably won't be seeing this go away until springtime. And that's looking like it's going to be the case because March 1st begins meteorological springtime. I know calendar spring is on like March 20th, I think. But meteorological spring is on March the 1st. So technically, spring begins March 1st, so that'll be interesting to see because that's just how they do climatological data here. But anyways, back to the map here. We have below average temperatures for much of the west here. And then 8 to 14 day precipitation outlook. We have above average precipitation for areas north of this line, and then areas south of this line have below normal chances for precipitation. Climate Prediction Center week 3 to 4 outlook. I thought this would be interesting. February 28th through March the 13th. Still looking warmer for a lot of these areas here. As you can see, we have above average for all these areas, and then below average for just really the west, temperature-wise. Precipitation, above average for a lot in the northwest, Ohio Valley, Mississippi River Valley, up into areas of the western side of the Northeast, and then the northeastern coast and the mid-Atlantic and the southeast coast and the southern and southwestern states will be below average, or should be below average precipitation wise. So anyways, I think that'll do it for today's video. If you haven't already, like and subscribe and check out EpicPen. You can get the free version for all this stuff, just these 3 things, or you can get the pro version for all this. So it's really great. I would recommend it. But thank you for watching today's video, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.